Judgment Day. We're here at Comic-Con 2003. We got a bunch of great games to talk about today.
You say that every time. Bunch of great games. You haven't even heard what I have to say about the games. Well, you're already assuming it's a bunch of great games.
We're not giving an opinion yet. I'm just benefit of the doubt. Yeah, thanks. Today on Judgment Day, we've got Star Wars Galaxies for the PC, Wario World for the GameCube, Midtown Madness 3 for the Xbox, and Tomb Raider, the Angel of Darkness for the PlayStation 2. Alright, first game we're going to talk about is Star Wars Galaxies. This is a game that's been getting lots and lots of buzz out there. People have been waiting for a long time for this game. It's finally out, it's finally available. What'd you think of this one?
Well, it's one of these more
massively multiplayer online role-playing game.
The virtual, real-time, living, breathing Star Wars universe. What I was a little let down by is that there's really not too much Star Wars-related universe stuff in this game.
Well, I know what you're saying. You're trying to say you want to be Luke Skywalker. You want to be jumping into a land speeder and riding along a Tauntaun. You want to be doing all that stuff right away. And of course, because this is a progressive, always persistent kind of game world, you have to earn the right to do this kind of stuff. And that means you have to commit a whole bunch of time to sort of raising your class and learning new skills.
You get to pick your race at the beginning, so
I love that.
If you wanted to be a Chewbacca dude,
you could be a Wookiee.
You could be a Wookiee, and if you wanted to be a human, you could be a human.
Yeah, and sort of make yourself look like Han Solo.
You can also pick what kind of job
you
want to do in the game, including the one I chose, of course, entertainer.
You did?
I'm an artisan.
See, that
you thought I was going to be a fighter,
right?
See, any game that allows me to, do that
to be an entertainer. I got you, man. I got you. Did you do the whole Elvis thing, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was kind of surprising when you're in the game, it's all about communication, right? You're talking with thousands of people playing the game at the same time. But if you're an alien that doesn't have the skills to understand another alien character in the game, all that comes out when you type stuff in is like gobbledygook. But you can actually learn the languages of the characters as you progress through the game.
I wanted to see a lot more vehicles that I can kind of get in and ride. There's so many cool vehicles in Star Wars, from speeder bikes to the land speeders and stuff. And in this game, you really pretty much,
you're walking.
You're hoofing it.
When you're buying into Star Wars Galaxies, you're not buying the finished game,
I am. When I'm buying a game, I'm hoping it's finished.
Well, it isn't done. That's the thing with these massively... Well, that's the thing with these games, though. They patch them, they add new things.
That's not the way it works.
The vehicles are coming later.
No.
And you kind of have to sort of... You have to show them the leap of faith.
That's the thing, too, is that, there's really just not a lot of fun, compelling things to do in this game. It's like, one thing is like, getting from point A to point B.
I thought it was pretty cool to go into the cantina, hear the music, and see everybody mingling and talking about that. And I was asking, have you seen Han? Have you seen Chewie? Where are all those guys? And everybody's like pointing in different directions and stuff.
I wanted to be R2-D2, man.
Well, you can't be R2-D2.
I can't be R2-D2. I didn't even see R2.
You also, it's very difficult to become a Jedi Knight in Star Wars Galaxies, and it's not really being introduced yet.
One thing you gotta say about Galaxies, though, is it's one of the best looking. It is the best looking massively multiplayer game out there, graphic-wise.
Absolutely.
But you're going to get hit for that because not only is your graphics card going to be slow, but the lag time with the servers right now is kind of unbearable. And hey, when you're charging $15 a month to play this, I expect it to be finished.
I have to score on the potential of this game.
He's scoring the game. He thinks it may be in 3 months from now.
Well,
Go ahead, give us that score.
I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. What are you going to give it?
I'm giving it a 6.5.
On the positive side, the creative character is awesome in this game. The worlds are massive and they look gorgeous. And for all you Star Wars fans out there, you get to see all the characters as you progress through the game. It's great.
On the negative side, it really doesn't seem like this game is 100% complete yet. I was hoping to be able to get into a lot of vehicles and stuff, but you kind of have to hoof it everywhere you go. This experience is going to cost you $15 a month, which is right up there.
All right, we're moving off of the planet Tatooine now. We're going to talk about an urban racing game called Midtown Madness 3. This one's from Microsoft. It's for the Xbox. What'd you think?
I'm delivering pizzas in this game now.
That's right.
Yeah, pizzas.
They gotta keep you busy.
It's got really good controls. You got both the analog stick stick that you can use to steer and the digital pad, which is nice for guys like me who like that kind of stuff.
Still living in the 20th century, yeah.
The graphics are average to above average. You know, you don't get, it's no Gran Turismo.
No, but you have to take into account what's happening here. You're
Project Gotham.
You're racing around crowded city streets. You got people running around all over the place. You got cars all over the streets.
You got Washington, D.C. or Paris.
Yes, you do.
So you pick which kind of world you want to be in. And there's a lot of vehicles that you normally don't race.
Absolutely.
Like garbage trucks.
Right. Ambulances. They got a limo in there.
Big old
You got a
trucks.
You got an Escalade SUV.
You got a Mini Cooper.
They have a smaller thing than a Mini Cooper. It's called a Flea. They're like a little smart car, and you whip it around in that. Plus, you have the Chrysler Crossfire, and you have the Audi TT. You've got a Lotus Esprit in the game.
Wait, hold on. How about they got a 1967 Mustang 2+2 Fastback?
That's right.
Remember the car from Bullitt?
They've actually mapped actual city streets from these two cities. So if you've been to Paris or you've been to Washington, D.C., you're going to know your way around.
What I did is I went into Paris.
Yes.
And I got into the biggest car I could, and I tried to hit as many pedestrians, hit as many French people as possible. And they all kind of dive out of the way.
Well, that's
I want to hit them.
I know you do, man. I know. In addition to all of this stuff that you get in the game, and you get this really cool sort of undercover mode where you get sent on all these missions where you're a pizza delivery guy, you're a chauffeur, you're driving around rental cars, you're a paramedic, you're a spy. So you get all that stuff in the single-player game, so it's not just racing around.
You also get to choose exactly kind of what you want your mission to be as well. It's not just a linear experience. They give you like 2 or 3 options.
Now, when you go online and you play Xbox Live, you can play a bunch of great multiplayer games, including Cruise, where you just drive around and just get to know the cities. You can play checkpoint races, and you race everybody else in your field there and try to beat them to the end of the checkpoints. You can play tag mode, where somebody's it and they're trying to tag other people, and then they become it and they're chasing everybody around. Capture the Gold is kind of like capture the flag.
It's really a unique online experience for racing games.
Yeah, my favorite racing game in here, though, is the Hunter mode, where you're basically a cop car and you're racing after the other guys, and everybody's trying to play keep away. You catch them, and then they become cop cars, and then suddenly it's a whole team of cop cars chasing everybody else on the screen. I gotta say, though, man, the music in the game is very, very lame. I was really disappointed with that. But you can switch out and play your own tunes in there.
But, dude, what about those awful voiceovers? I mean, are you kidding me? Was that a joke?
They were trying.
Welcome to your new job as a delivery driver. Here, you'll be delivering all kinds of stuff all over Paris.
I'm going to give this one 8.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8.
On the positive side, this game has an incredible amount of great multiplayer games. I love the undercover mission mode in the single-player game. The graphics are really, really good, especially when you consider how big the environments are.
On the negative side, the music isn't that great, but more importantly, the voiceovers are horrible. You can't hit pedestrians, which is a big bummer for me. Although it does give you a choice between Washington and Paris, I would have liked to have seen more environments.
After the break, we're going to talk about Wario World for the GameCube.